Agency, and then Kojo Preko Dankwa, who is a folk up convener. We're going to be having a chat with them and delve deeper into matters. But first of all, let me find out how my guests are doing. I'd like to start with Uncle Ken. Uncle Ken.
Yes, boss.
We've always had conversations, but today is on a different level.
I know. How are you, Kofi?
I'm very well. How are you doing?
Good to see you.
Yes, good to see you
Saturday
too.
after.
Yes, it's very unusual.
Yes. Sitting in for
The big man.
The
big small man.
Ubiquitous George. Yeah, I'm fine. I've had a good afternoon. A very good afternoon.
Last week, I missed the chance to wish you a happy birthday.
Oh, you did? Never mind. Everybody wished me a happy birthday.
Okay, the whole week he enjoyed though.
I enjoyed the whole And I'm very thankful to everybody.
They say you're allowed to be in your worst behavior during your birthday week.
Liverpool won this afternoon. A very tricky game, so it's made my day.
So that's a birthday gift.
Sadiq and Uncle Ken, you know one very interesting thing. Yeah. I'm also a Manchester United fan.
Wow. You should,
so George and I are in the same pot. We are in the same pot.
Nice one.
Anyway.
I'm eyeing Uncle Ken's sandals or slippers.
Chris
Ken is wearing sandals, designer sandals.
Yeah, you know.
Slippers. Somebody should just zoom in.
Yeah, Crispy, I think you have to zoom in.
Why do you like
the name? Bottega Veneta. Philip, you should zoom in on the sandals. This sandals is. There's a jealousy.
I do not subscribe to violence.
However, which are the violence?
Your violence.
No, suspect.
The VA one.
Not the normal VIO. This is violence.
Sadiq Abdullah.
No, that's
guy. It's full of it.
They are zeroing. Bottega Veneta.
We're on Facebook. We're streaming live on Facebook.
No, people should Google.
So please.
No, they should Google it.
Yeah, well, now they have to see it and then they can Google it.
And it's very. Again, and it was sandals. It was designer sandals. I'm sure somebody will say, what do you mean?
Are you done?
No, I'm not done.
I think he is.
So let him introduce himself.
Okay.
I'll say hello.
All right, fine. So Sadiq, let's go.
Before that, wherever you got this from, I need size 44, 45.
I will get you a 44.
All right, Charlie. Pleased to be here.
Yeah. I mean, how's your week been?
Oh, it's been good. And it's been Ramadan, and so final lap.
How many days more?
2, depending on when the moon decided, 2 or 3 days. Right. Today, for those of us that started with the chief imam, we're 28 days. For those that started the day before, they are 29 days. There's a way we joke about it.
Yeah.
They call the Jollo for there's a Alusuna, and then what they call the Shemungani people. it's a very funny thing if you understand how so give and take depending on when the moon is sighted. We'll either pray some will either pray tomorrow or most likely Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah. Okay, that's great. And then we also have Chief Moomin.
Yes.
I mean, how's your week been? I know you're also fasting, right?
Yes, Alhamdulillah, we are bringing the Ramadan to a successful end. It's a period of sober reflection and hopefully a period of reset. The essence of Ramadan is to give you an opportunity to reset yourself, to put you on a moral high ground. Because as fallible as we are as human beings, throughout the course of the year, we fumble. Uncle Ken can bear testimony. Or he has gone beyond the age of fumbling. But those of us young people, we fumble a lot. So Ramadan is supposed to give you an opportunity to re-energize yourself spiritually, morally, for the rest of the year. So we are looking forward to bringing it to a successful end and to continuing afterwards.
Right. We don't fumble, we stumble.
That's actually true, though. Actually,
maybe that's the word I'm looking for. Right?
We stumble.
Yeah. We stumble, we don't fumble.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So intentionally fumbling
is connected with speech.
Yes.
Okay.
Stumbling is more action. Yeah.
It's actually
Yeah.
falling.
So this
down
one, I go
or
like,
making mistakes.
this one, I go like, who never stumble? Hands up in the air.
No hands.
No hands. I saw this tweet from one Need Lexus on Twitter. It's got to do with the fasting, and I think I liked it. I want to read it out to Sadiq and Chief Mumen as well as every other Muslim. He says, "May Allah SWT reward us for striving this precious month. Within it, may He elevate us in ways that we cannot imagine, ease our difficulties, forgive our shortcomings, and plant our feet in rooms and places that will give us opportunities to do endless good for others."
Amen.
I think it
Amen.
was really
It's like
touching.
he deserves a proper salah.
Yeah, I don't know if he's a Muslim
salah
though.
rice.
I don't know if he's a Muslim.
Well, I don't know about that.
Yeah,
But I follow him on Twitter.
Oh,
It's,
right. You know
he
him,
likes
right.
this.
It's
Amazing.
Tuesday time for Salah rice.
Yes, Tuesday, but we will have ours on Saturday.
On Saturday, yes. Oh, I know. I'm just asking.
This is how you've asked for Philip. You know that thing that follows every question that I'm asking for someone. I'm asking for a friend.
I'm asking for
This friend is Philip.
It's Philip.
this one. I'm asking for the producer.
Anyway, so talking about who never have hands in the air, Black Sheriff. We all know that Burna Boy was actually in the US at the MSG, performed, and he performed Black Sheriff's song, Kwekude Traveler.
Yeah.
And there's this tweet from Kwakase. Kwakase is saying that, why didn't you take Black Sheriff on your tour as promised? And he's saying that your man say he promise. What is your take on it, Sadiq?
Well, I probably think Kakese is is just stunting. Kakese has always been, before Shatawali stands, the lead stunter. For want of a better word, is Kakese. I'm sure he's missed
Yes.
it. Yeah, he's missed his old times and he's just stunting. But I don't know what the direction of the tweet is, certainly, but it's actually a very, very good thing that Burna Boy is actually performing the song that he has with Blacko. Most importantly, also getting people to play it. Today, concerts, beyond providing the entertainment experience, live experiential music experience to the audience there, are also activation points for the music.
Yeah.
So look at the number of people that were there. If you got a certain percentage of these people shazamming and going to find the song, these are direct streams that will require some heavy marketing budget to be able to do.
Yeah.
So regardless whether Blacko is on the tour with him or not, it's a very, very good thing. I mean, I know that it's our wish that most Blacko would get opportunity to perform in front of crowds such as this, which is a good thing. If it happens, all well and good. But if it doesn't, we still need to give Burna Boy his flowers for activating Blacko's music.
Right.
I mean, two of the songs, the second sermon, the remix that has him on it, and then Kwekude the Traveler. It was played to that people that was there, and you could see the reaction.
Yeah.
I mean, at the point in time when the DJ brought it down, when he said, "Who never stumbles has in the air."
Right.
When they brought it down, you could see the entire auditorium or venue saying, "No hands."
No hands.
Yeah.
And that gave me goosebumps. So it's still an activation point. It's still a very good thing. Obviously, the streams, the beneficial person here would always be Blacko,
Right.
because you're getting a song played to such a crowd.
Over
So it's a
20,000.
good- Yeah. So I don't know what Kwakese's tweet is meant to do, but like I said, I think he's just stunting. He's just trying to get into the trends or conversations, because really it's much ado about nothing.
Do we happen to know the number of brass he collected on stage? Burna.
Uncle Ken. You certainly
I think I
aren't
saw
tumbling
one.
round.
I think I saw just one.
You only saw one.
I don't know about you.
I read somewhere that brass were thrown at him.
You're interested in the brass.
So I was
So far, we saw one.
okay.
So far, just one.
Kofi, I want to have a bite at this, because actually beyond Kwakese, it was actually a lot of conversations around it on social media.
Right.
And I even happened to engage in one of them. People saying that, why is Burna Boy not touring with Black Sharif?
Blacko, right.
Why is Burna Boy, performing? Is he going to pay Blacko? And I just like Sadiq, I thought it was really much ado about nothing. And it's important for us to elevate the conversation. So I had to write a response. I was like, look, artists are not under obligation to tour with everyone they have a feature relationship with. Imagine if they had to feature, take everyone they have a feature relationship with on tour. It's just not even possible, right? And I thought that we should look at the benefit, as Sadiq has just told us right now, that this is a point that is giving that song more traction,
right,
because people are listening to it, they are engaging it. And I said, look, Burna Boy could have decided not to play Black Hole's song or perform it. It would have added, he wouldn't have taken anything away from his performance, right? It wouldn't have taken anything. His audience wouldn't have complained that why you're not performing the song. So I see that he just loves the song and he's vibing to it. And when he gets an opportunity on such a big platform, he performs with it. If he had taken Blacko along, well and good. When he took him to Nigeria, we celebrated, but he's under no obligation whatsoever to tour with him.
Actually, initially the same people, the same group of people, when he collaborated with Burna Boy, came in and said,
he's taking a shine. Exactly.
He's taking a shine.
Yeah.
He's trying to tap into the boy and everything. Then he went to shoot a video. When the issues regarding the Empire and this management thing came again, the same group of people waiting on Burna Boy.
Right.
Now it's about why is he performing the songs
Without
and
him.
everything. Hello, do you know what music activation has become today?
We
do
don't
you understand it?
We don't understand the
People
industry.
actually pay to get their songs activated at the Madison Square Gardens, basketball games, boxing games, stadiums, and all of these things. It's all part of the marketing mix for promoting and activating the music today. So I don't. So that's why I said that it's either maybe people genuinely do not know and are having just very simplistic conversation,
Very simplistic.
or
But that's what
they
it
know
is.
and they are stunting.
That's what
I
it is.
think Korkesi knows. He knows what music activations do. If it be a song they play for that place,
You would have been happy.
Yo.
Obviously.
I in a response to one of the things, I told someone that someone said, why am I making such a comment? Because I'm an industry person. I said, it is particularly because I'm an industry person, that is why I'm making these observations. Instead of focusing on breadcrumbs, let's focus on owning the bakery. We need to elevate the conversation in our music space, the sense of entitlement. If I were even someone like Burna Boy, I would even be hesitant to perform, because every time I do something, people are picking up me as if I'm taking undue advantage of the
Last
person.
time-
We are
last time
rather
I said-
closing opportunities for the young and upcoming ones. So let's focus on the things that really matter and discard these conversations that are
Trivial.
that is not going
Yeah,
to elevate our industry.
the last time I
anyway.
said that we should elevate conversations in industry, Philip got a call. The people that gave me a lot of flack for it, because I've always held
That is true.
You see,
Why-
often
otherwise we'll lag
why
behind.
did they call Philip?
why did they call Philip?
And not you.
Because apparently we say it's only on Joy that Joy FM is the only place that elevates a conversation. Everybody else is chasing clout.
Joy FM is for discerning
And
listeners.
so they are timing us. We've
Right.
told Philip, we're giving Philip the warning. Say the day you could drop the ball and you have Sadiq discussing it, you die.
But Uncle Ken, what are your thoughts on this one?
No, I share the thoughts of both Sadiq and Chief, because it's as simple as somebody of that stature, whether we like it or not, Burna Boy is up there now.
Yes.
And
You guys are
whatever he
global
does
superstars.
generates, a lot of conversation, and people get interested in the things that he does. So if he likes Black Sheriff and has done something with him, goes on stage to perform his song and all that, I mean, we should be clapping for him.
Right.
We should be clapping for him, because we actually do not know the details of this program that he had. Was the contract that was signed, was that supposed to allow him to take somebody along, or it was
But
just
no one will even sign such a
You know-
contract. I mean, how can I
Who
be
does
taking you
that?
everywhere I
Yeah,
go for a
who
tour?
does
It's a show you headline, and
it's the headline.
it's
and
In fact, it's his show.
Yes,
Exactly.
in those countries, obviously, in those places, obviously, whoever is promoting or putting together a show will have their cost lines.
Yeah.
And their cost lines, mostly, they will not have a lot of this, because the way it's done, it's a show that Burna Boy is headlining,
yeah, that's right.
putting together. So unless, of course, the talents that he has features with, or some of the talents that could perform are in town and would want to take advantage of it, because of the way we think about it here we've commercialized and monetized everything, but there it's different. Somebody will reach out and say, look, I want the platform, I want it. The last time, related to the whole VGMA, I decided not to actually even wade into it, the whole VGMA Koforia conversation. There was a whole conversation about people taking advantage of the platform. There were industry people top industry people that took offense, and I was like, are you guys serious? Are you just agending because you want to create those agenda, or you want to have a more subjective, conversations for the better? Because we know, the how it works. You understand and know how it works. If I'm a manager and I have a talent, and from the beginning, I would want to be on certain platforms that will near to my benefit. It's not much about, and I'll determine. And there's always going to be that point when I will determine the commercial whatever I put on it.
Yeah.
But today, like I say, the platforms have become very important, because unlike before, where the money to play the shows was the go-to point, without it there's nothing. Today we know that when you stand on a particular platform, you could it could activate a music or a song. We all saw what the performance with the three music awards did to the Kweku the Traveler. And so at the end of the day, when the streams are coming, when the accolades are coming, when the Shazams are coming and everything, it doesn't come to us. But you saw how a single platform helped to activate a music that
Powerful,
got
big
a very
stage.
global whatever.
It shut it up. Honestly,
Exactly.
It did.
So it's up to people to. And I said to a lot of them, and I said to
This
Black-
conversation that you've activated,
It's a lot.
if you don't stop,
We'll go on and on.
It's a good thing.
This is
It's a good thing I can stop me.
Elevating the conversation.
topic.
Okay.
There were artists I actually reached out to and said, look, if you didn't get the opportunity to play three music, or if you played three music awards, you need to play the VGMA. Take your phone, call the VGMA guys. There's some of them I actually called the producers for them and told them that these guys are available. They need to play the VGMA. If they are in your plans. And I said to them that no, don't go, reverse it. Don't do what your elders were doing before, where it was a fixation, because I know the problem the VGMA has had.
Pay me this
They
amount
probably
of money,
not
or else I won't
pay me
perform.
200,000 cities. I don't perform that. And that artists were comfortable with coming to stand behind a microphone and just singing and going. When the whole thing is about experience, I told them that reverse it, turn it around. Go to the VGMA guys, speak to them, get them to book. If there's any investment, they can let them invest in the performance.
itself.
Use that to blow out a particular song, create a certain standard, blow out a particular song and activate it, because we've gotten to the era of likes, streams, views, and not the era where it was just about people that were watching on.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
So I told them that go to them, have a conversation, because it's a big platform, huge platform. The biggest reference point when it comes to rewarding creative excellence in the country. So reach out to them. And I said, don't sit back. Don't wait for Roland and the guys to actually call you. Reach out. That's how it works. We've gone past the era where you're going to sit down for Roland or the guys or Sadiq to call you. You should actually be booking, just like the Super Bowl. Reach out to them, because you're seeing the benefits. And you are in a new generation, unlike the old generation, that understand these things. So go, make it work.
I mean,
Is there
true.
anything that happens in this country that we do not want to find something negative about?
I don't think so. I think everything.
Yeah.
With
Almost everything.
I mean, I do not understand why people dwell on the negatives, if any. If any. Sometimes there's none, but they will find.
It's cloud
Yeah.
for some,
Yeah.
for some,
Of
some
getting
people just
something
like the
negative.
attention of chasing.
I think that let me plug
I
into
said,
this,
what's the positive?
from just a perspective of an artist, because we have a lot of conversations about how artists are undervalued and underpaid, which is true. And these conversations must be nuanced. You must know when an opportunity is a purely commercial opportunity, and you must know when an opportunity goes beyond just the immediate commerce and can lead to bigger comments, right? So there are some platforms that your fixation isn't in the fine CD you are going to get at that point, but in the leverage that can give you more than the immediate CD you can get. So yes, as an artist, I subscribe to the idea that yes, let's get paid, but let's also understand that it's not every opportunity that you are looking to milk immediately, but to build something of value. So as he said, and I think we cited that example, like the Super Bowl, which is like one of the biggest sporting platform in the world. Artists actually pay to curate their performance. When The Weeknd had a performance, he understood the value of that platform, and so beyond what the Super Bowl alone was investing, he actually added millions of dollars of his own money. And the recent one that we actually saw with Dr. Dre and Co, they put their money into ensuring that they, so if I were a Ghanaian musician,
right after the Super Bowl,
there
was a
Spike in the streams.
in the streams, and it's put that on.
They understand the game.
So as artists to be able to talk to our organizers and say, look, I know that this platform, you are doing three music, you are doing VGMS. Look, instead of I want to see a Ghanaian artist who says, look, I want to invest in my art, because I come from a theater and a performance perspective, and I think that that's one of the last frontiers that we need to develop. When it comes to the music, the guys are good, the engineering, the production, we understood, but when it comes to our performance, we're absolutely lacking. An artist will just come on stage like a diastical and jump. There's no curation, there's no attention to detail, to costuming. When we watch how hard some of these international superstars work, when you hear the Beyonce, it's not just the glamour, it's actually the hard work behind the glamour. It's the weeks of preparations, it's the rehearsal, it's working with creative directors, fashion people to coordinate a performance, because your audience deserve a treat. If all we want to do is to just hear the same thing we hear on radio, then we shouldn't even come to these shows or pay to these shows. So it's about high time our artists understand that one of the ways to build your value and to differentiate yourself is to how much you invest in your performance to give your audience a show. Let's not underestimate the power of a show. And because we don't do much of that, the little that you do, you see Baba Sadiq, when you do some small skirmishes, last year's Street Music, this year he does some small skirmishes, and people are hailing him because we don't do anything like that. So once you become an industry leader and then you distinguish yourself, it's easy. So people are looking for all sort of ways of distinguishing themselves. This is an opportunity for you to couch a niche for yourself, to give us a performance and listen, I've gotten my money's worth.
Right.
So let's know when to demand immediate cash, and let's know when to invest in our
If
brands.
we continue to have those elevated conversations, not the agenda. I mean, a lot of people going about chasing clout, agenda. And these are people that obviously get the opportunity to shape the opinions of for industry because of where they sit, radio and all of those things. And you guys are very putting problematic. Their thinking, their mindset. They do not have nothing.
Right. Anyway, so in the spirit of elevating conversations, we're going to move away from this one. And, I know last week George Quay touched on this particular issue with the team. The coalition of aggrieved Men's Gold customers are actually now calling for the head of Stonebwoy. Well, if you're listening to us right now and you don't know the background story to this, we all know that Stonebwoy actually sort of encouraged people to get involved in NFTs. They call this one the City Coin, which is, like a crypto investment. And people are not so happy with Stonebwoy. I would like to take a couple of the things they said. The CAMC, that's the Coalition of Aggrieved Men's Gold Customers, said there are legal terms, purity of gold of the coin being offered, fixed percentages of dividend one is assured, and language of their terms and conditions cleverly tells you that this business is a number one made scam. This is an allegation that the CAMC, the CACM are making. They also continue to say that we are therefore calling on the relevant security agencies and state authorities to investigate, to arrest and prosecute all those behind the Citycoin NFT and its brand ambassador Stonebwoy without delay. Now, this one is coming on the back of Men's Gold. We all know that Men's Gold... Well, I still don't know if Men's Gold was actually a scam or they had, managerial issues and what have you. But, well, people have lost money, others have lost their lives, and it has become a very, very delicate issue. So Stonebwoy did not seem enthused when he was interviewed, and what he said was, I think it's very biased and prejudiced to pin the loss of lives and properties on ambassadors who in no way run the said company. I know people who have lost monies and others who gained, and I have personally lost very close relatives too. But still, Stonebwoy doesn't think that, well, people should be blamed. That is especially the ambassadors for Men's Gold. But there have been very interesting developments, if you ask me, and I think recently, about 3 days ago, Stonebwoy came out after Bank of Ghana issued a disclaimer that people should be very careful when they are dealing with Citycoin. And now he's saying that he wasn't really an ambassador. He was just excited and enthused about the prospects of what NFTs could do to people's fortune. And Uncle Ken, what are your thoughts on this particular thing? And what exactly do you think they want, the coalition? Do you think it is right for them to call for the head of Stonebwoy, to get him arrested, strip him of all his awards and all that?
Last week, I think there was a consensus here, except amongst us, we three, except George Quay, about the fact that Stone did not exercise a lot of restraint in coming out to talk about the NFT thing, because the way he first of all came out made everybody think that he was actually endorsing the activities of the said company. And we all felt it was wrong for him to have done that. The Bank of Ghana subsequently comes out with a release warning people about it. Significantly, let us all be aware that the Bank of Ghana did not explicitly say that what was going on was a scam. Did they? They did not.
Well,
They were not explicit.
I have the communique
You
here.
have the communique.
So
Read-
let me read it
Yeah.
out
Yeah.
quickly.
Read it.
So it says Bank of Ghana has taken note of the impending launch of the cryptocurrency investment scheme named CitiCoin. The public is hereby cautioned that neither this investment scheme nor the promoters of the company have obtained the approval of Bank of Ghana to operate in the banking and payment services sector. Further to previous notices issued by Bank of Ghana on such schemes, in particular, notice number, they gave that number, Bank of Ghana underscores the facts that such schemes are not regulated under any law in Ghana.
Thank you.
The general public is advised to exercise caution with regards to trading in cryptocurrencies and other unregulated investment schemes. The bank further cautions all regulated institutions, including banks, specialized deposit-taking institutions, dedicated electronic money issuers, and payment service providers to desist from facilitating cryptocurrencies transactions and unlicensed investment schemes through their platforms or agent outlets. The general public is advised to take note and be guided accordingly. That's what they said.
Thank you. You see, the point I'm making is if the Bank of Ghana felt that this cryptocurrency, CitiCoin, was doing something against the law, the general law, not their laws,
Not their laws.
not their laws, the general law,
There doesn't seem to even be
it
a law
would
on
have
that.
stated that in black and white and said to the CitiCoin operators, you are not allowed to operate under such and such and such and such a law. Rather, it said that under their laws,
It's unregulated.
they are
They're not
unregulated. That is my worry. That is my worry. So it looks like
The regulation needs to come quickly.
we need a regulation against this, like some other countries
Have
in
done.
Africa have. They have, but we don't. So these people also knowing the gaps, knowing that, well, I'm not going to come to you for any regulation, but I'm doing something that you cannot stop me from doing. Because if we can stop them, why are we wasting time with all these conversations?
The whole
Kojo, do you
picture-
get do you
Yes,
get the point
yes,
I'm
yes,
making?
I do.
If we can
I do.
stop them from doing what they're supposed to be doing, why don't we just stop them?
But Uncle Gunn, wasn't it the same issue with Men's Gold? I think that with Men's Gold too, they issued a disclaimer, but
Yeah.
but they went on to operate until things got worse.
Exactly. This is the bit that I get worried about, because it looks like there's a gap somewhere for these people to be able to do things, and if nobody complains, fair enough, they are in the system doing what they're supposed to do. Because if we know we need to stop them, I think that to get away from all this back and forth, we should just come out clearly and say, you're not supposed. You know what it reminds me of.
Tell me.
You know what it reminds me of? And I'm going to say this because I will say it. It reminds me of the activities happening within MultiChoice Ghana Limited. MultiChoice are here in Ghana to supply us a service.
Yeah.
Now, in supplying us that service, they charge us some monies. Okay? MultiChoice is charging us monies, and the monies they're charging us, their subscribers feel are a bit too high. So the Nigerian counterpart comes into the market, okay, with its decoders.
Illegal route.
With its decoders. And people are opting for the Nigerian decoders because they are cheaper.
Yeah.
The subscription fees are much cheaper than the Ghanaian subscription fees. The point I'm trying to make is, if MultiChoice feel that this is illegal, why hasn't MultiChoice Ghana taken any action against the influx of the Nigerian decoders.
It's money to the parent company. Regardless.
well, you have a point there.
Right? Why haven't they?
It's money to the parent company.
And this is happening, and some of us are paying the exorbitant Ghana, multi-choice Ghana fees, and others are telling us, why are you doing that? Why are you paying such amounts when you could be paying half of it?
Uncle Ken, is this a stray bullet? Because
No. I'm saying that, you see, when it comes to laws and gaps regulating things and gaps that people have to do certain things that we think is not right, but the law does not touch them.
Yeah, I'm just saying that it looks as if this bullet was really intended.
Okay, so
he wanted to raise it.
Okay, so now, yeah, right. So,
exactly. So I'm just saying that when we raise such certain issues,
okay,
we should go for the laws that prohibit such activities. If there are no laws and we still think that the activities are illegal or unworthy, then we should do something about getting laws to prohibit them.
So you're putting the responsibility on the regulator.
Yes.
Right. Instead of allowing them to operate.
Because at this juncture, people can just do things that they want to do without being caught or nothing being done to them. And all we will do is to raise issues about the happenings.
And again, I think that if you look at it, the more reason why the BOG actually released it is that there's an understanding per their regulation and their laws that for anybody to operate, even though there's no proper regulation of it yet, for anybody to operate such financial products or any financial products for that matter in the country, you need at a certain level the BOG's approval. That's why. So if you read in the same document that he just read, he indicated that the operators of the
regulated ones.
No. This particular one.
Yeah.
He said the operators of the City Coin and the promoters have not sought the permission. You can read that particular line.
Finish the whole sentence when you read it.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. But Uncle Ken, my point is the coalition are fixated on Stone Boy.
Yeah.
That is the part that I'm really interested in.
There's a lot of emotional, trauma happening with that group.
Yes.
And you cannot, blame them for such things happening, because Stone Boy was involved with Men's Gold. I don't know if Stone Boy was involved with Men's Gold as
he was signed as an
artist
for xylophone.
For xylophone,
right. For xylophone,
so
but he was not.
And you see, the trouble with that is most of the artists who were signed on for xylophone were rumored to have been investing in Men's Gold. Whether true or false, I don't know. But the rumor was that almost all those people who were signed on by xylophone invested in Men's Gold. That was the rumor.
Yeah.
So with that thinking, these people are saying, you were involved with what has, gotten us into this mess. And now you've come up again to highlight another company who we think are similar. And even people are saying that this other company belongs to Namwan.
Right.
The rumors are flying all over the place. So that's why they are angry. I can understand them being angry. But Stone Boy also has come out to debunk his association with the company.
I think it happened after the Bank of Ghana issued the disclaimer. After the
Bank of Ghana people and these Men's Gold people also stated.
Right. Okay. So before I come to Sadiq, we have here Kojo Preko Dankwa, who just joined us. He's a FOCAP convener. Kojo, welcome.
Thank you. How are you doing?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm okay. Not bad.
Nice to meet you. So let me come to Sadiq. Sadiq, I would like to take this paragraph again. They say we are therefore calling on the relevant security agencies and state authorities to investigate, not only that, but also to arrest and prosecute all those behind the City Coin NFT and its brand ambassador Stone Boy. Yes. Without delay.
Well, obviously, in this particular instance, one City Coin hadn't really operated it, because what Stone Boy was announcing was trying to push their intention.
Okay.
So, I'm here to see what legal. Well, obviously, the intention, if it goes against the law, and they have to be called to order. But the BOG had actually, I think that the BOG's
That's the one I
documents,
want you to read.
yes, the BOG's letter document actually sets everything at ease.
Do you think they have the right to ask the police to?
What is their connection for them? What is their connection to City Coin?
Well, they think it's a
with
scam.
customers.
That's from what they are saying. They say it's a scam. That's what.
Okay, so now the group has morphed into an advocacy group against such scams. Is that it?
Looks like.
No,
So because
they're
it
doing
could,
this
it
because
feels,
of Stonebwoy.
yes, it feels like they are having to take on Stonebwoy. It looks like a very, very personal thing to take on Stonebwoy, because there were certain rumors or allegations that Citycoin has a certain connection to Nam1.
Right.
And so these people that have a certain relationship or connection to Nam1, because they probably felt it scammed them and everything, or all of that, probably under that belief, were trying to go in for Stonebwoy with the hope that it would what's it called? It would rein in any other person who publicly wants to push this, so that it doesn't actually even come out. It will be stillborn. If that's the quest, I mean, that's it. But to this particular part, I don't know. I don't know what on which I think we all discussed and had a conversation last weekend, and like Anken stated,
Yeah.
there's a consensus that Stonebwoy should have done more due diligence.
Yeah, to
and
it
direct.
before. Yeah.
But you could see that beyond that, there's a certain gray area around it. There's no enough regulation or laws around what's it called, NFTs. I know fintech, they had a new policy and everything for fintech when Kwame Opon and Co joined them, which is regulating the fintech space. But I don't know that of NFTs. You know, so I don't know who are they are directing their call to for what exactly, and what's their relationship to it.
Sadiq, let him read the Bank of Ghana.
The
thing
Bank of
that-
Ghana.
Okay.
Read the Bank of Ghana thing.
Let me take
Yeah.
that again. Just a
Because I
minute.
want to point something out to you.
The fact that there's no regulation.
Wait. The bit that you want to read again.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
let him finish the whole
You
story.
read that part. Read
Okay,
that part.
I'll read it, but let's go to Kojo as well.
Oh.
Kojo, what are your thoughts on this particular issue?
I have read the customers. What's their name? The
Consent.
concern,
Aggrieved,
aggrieved,
yeah.
and another grey area that I find there. I mean, who even told them in the first place that Stonebwoy is an ambassador for the City Coin? What are they standing on? What did they see? I mean, has Stonebwoy been officially outdoored as an ambassador for City Coin? That they need to really prove for us to also know that indeed he is. And then again, Stonebwoy was an ambassador for Men's Gold as well as a signee to Xylophone Music. I think
Was he?
himself, yes, I think himself, Jackie and the rest were shown on billboards with the Queen.
Oh, with the coin.
Okay, so
okay.
it's a separate entity
Okay,
with them.
okay,
So they used them to also promote.
Okay.
So they have a
Men's Gold,
case where they will say that.
Interesting. Coin before coin now.
Well, yeah, you see the thing. So they have a point where they say
Xylophone
that yes, indeed, they think that he is also championing something that, again, for me, they don't even have the evidence to also say that it's a scam. I mean, what did you do? I mean, what are the due diligence you did? Even Bank of Ghana is just cautioning us.
Right.
What if these people come back and then they come clean? Bank of Ghana is also going to come clean with us. So, I mean, they should really focus on what they know instead of, I mean, jumping into conclusion and creating a bad picture for our man Stonebwoy.
Stonebwoy.
Indeed, he's a big brand. When he says something, of course, people will want to go there and go do it and all that. And I'm impressed with the quick reaction coming from his side,
Right.
where they issued a release and then went further to also apologize and created impression that if this is how we thought the thing was going, I mean, this is not how he wanted to really position the whole thing and all that. He wanted us to have a discussion on it and all that. So for me, until I see an evidence of ambassador adored and all that, like Puma picking them, like Men's Gold officially doing when they holding a press conference and telling us and ushering him, then I cannot stand on anything to say that, I mean, he is an ambassador for
Right.
the
City
City
Coin.
Coin people, yes.
Chief Moomin,
Yes.
do you think they are right? The coalition. Do you think they have a case against Stonebwoy?
I'm sure they themselves know they don't have a case. You know, I think that is, and I'm not saying this out of ridicule anyway. I don't think that they really expect that Stonebwoy will be arrested and tried and for that tweet. I don't think they themselves think they have a case. I think
yes,
as Uncle said, it's an overflow of frustration. So anything to probably express their discontent with the system, really. So they themselves, this is definitely not going to go anywhere. So yes, and I think that Stonebwoy has learned his lesson, if he has. I mean, because there's been quite a lot of discussions around it. So this, so I think Stonebwoy has had considerable, flack, and he himself has come out to say he's not really an ambassador and all of that. I think we should just let the case die a natural.
But I think
death.
the statement he just released,
Yes.
should have been the first statement.
Yes.
Instead
of what he said.
I'm sure that after the
came out.
discussions, the manager.
Yeah, that should have come first. That we should all learn about these things before we get ourselves involved in them.
But nonetheless,
he didn't say so in the first statement that came out.
But nonetheless, it's an emerging industry, and I see a lot of people are.
It's an emerging.
Obviously, the smart ones will try and take advantage over it. And Uncle, can you also mention that why won't the Bank of Ghana or the regulatory agency take? In this internet world, someone can sit anywhere.
It's a virtual,
and
introduce
a business. So the government can go chasing, and there are things. There are all of these schemes that come from different part of the world. I heard there was one that came.
No, in fact, governments can go chasing. Government can actually shut down certain businesses from your airspace.
Or governments can say that this should not happen.
They can shut it down from your airspace.
I mean, unless you use the dark net, that is if you want.
So gentlemen, let's hear from the horse's own mouth. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Fred Forson, who is the PRO of the Coalition of Aggrieved Men's Gold Customers, on the phone. So let's talk to him and find out exactly what they want. Hello, Fred.
Yes, Kofi.
Good evening. How are you doing?
Kofi, I'm doing very well, and I've been enjoying the conversation.
Oh, great. It's great that you're actually enjoying it. What do you have to say about their thoughts, first of all?
Yes, first of all, I think I want to say kudos to the various perspectives that have been brought onto this conversation. And there are three key things that I see here. First of all, I think we as a nation, or as those in the industry, we need to engage in that conversation that if you want to fund for a product, to be a brand ambassador, it calls for you to do due diligence before you go ahead. Now, coming quickly to this issue, first of all, three things have happened. The first one is that we issued a formal statement. Then the next day, Bank of Ghana came around and issued a statement, a caution to the public. Then Stonebwoy came with a disclaimer. I would address this disclaimer. But first of all, it's important for us to know that with what has happened to the men's gold issue, this issue ought to be treated as a national disaster. And looking at the roles that were played by these celebrities, I think if any of them in future were to endorse another brand or a product which has some commonalities with the men's gold investment firm or whatever name that we want to call it, one ought to have been very careful, do double checks about the background of the people behind this thing. To be honest with you, some of us, we followed him. In fact, it was Bridget Otu whose banter with him drew some of us our attention to the whole matter. So we went to the page, we were following the discourse going on. And to Stonebwoy, he doesn't see anything wrong with the role that they played and the effect, the resultant effect, i.e., the collapse of the company, which has resulted in the death of people. Many people are in coma, some have gone blind, others have lost a lot of investment. He even went to justify that the collapse of the company cannot be pinned down to the role played by the ambassadors. And he was thinking that one is biased and has prejudice if they pin the effect of the collapse on them. Our problem is that to go ahead and ask your customers, and just as we indicated in the letter, there's a very influential somebody. He has about 9.9 million people on Facebook, internet, and what do you call Twitter. About on the average, about 3.3 million followers. So if he goes ahead to say that now this is the new world order, and CD coin is the game now, is the game changer now, and everybody ought to be rewarded, and that he was inviting people to go into the CD coin. One will have to find out what at all is in this CD coin that Stonebwoy is promoting. So some of us went behind, read around it to find out whether this is a genuine investment or not. And I can tell you, the NFT has only been attached to the CD coin. But this CD coin is an electronic currency. Even with the NFT, when you read the literature around it, there are critics who believe that this is another scam. So for Stonebwoy with the experiences or the history of men's goods and promoting something, even when you tie into his own disclaimer, he doesn't even have much information about what he was promoting. When you read the disclaimer that he brought, he himself said that he's now learning something and he calls it a new world order. And he's trying to introduce the Ghanaian version. So the question is, what is the Ghanaian version that he was introducing? What is the name of that thing? What is that animal called the Ghanaian version? I would like to put it clear that this CD coin is a scam. Yes, I appreciate the fact that it has not been introduced like some of the respected panel members are saying. But I'm telling you that this is a scam. This CD coin is like the GCCH, what we call the Global Community Coin thing that came in Saum. I'm sure, Kofi, I don't know whether you heard of that one in 2018. GCCH. Did you hear of that one too?
Yeah, you go ahead. We're listening.
So, that one too, they tell you that you are trading in cryptocurrency. But you go there to pay money and you are promised a fixed return. And even according to the Act 929 of the Security Industry Act, when you are even engaging in fund management or asset company or whatever, you are not supposed, it is against the law to promise fixed rate of return on your investment, because you are not sure of how the future will hold for the type of investment that you are doing. After the collapse of main goods, Tech also came out with a communique that it is wrong for fund management companies to have promised the customers fixed return, a fixed rate of return on their investment. So what we are saying is that he was engaged in something that he himself didn't know. But we are very clear in our mind that this is a positive thing. And with what has happened to us, there is a phrase in our letter that Ghana has not so forgotten what happened with men's good when this same Stonebwoy was a brand ambassador. And as citizens of the state, we haven't turned ourselves as investment police or advocacy group as such, even though it is within our rights. However, we think as people leading majority of Ghanaians who fell victim of a similar scheme, it is important to bring the issue to the fore. And thank God, when we came out with the letter, Bank of Ghana responded and drew the public's attention that this thing is not good. It's not something that has been licensed. They have not given authority to the CD Coin Club or CD Coin NFT or CD Coin whatever to operate. So that is why we came out. We don't have any personal issue with Stonebwoy as such. The only problem we have with him is his act. His act, how he acted in the men's good issue, and what he's been saying after this men's good saga. When you go on the line, when you go in the media, He said that you cannot pin the death of the customers to the role played by the ambassadors. These are somebody who is not sensitive to the plight of the very people he led them into men's goal. And that is very sad.
Okay, so you mentioned that it's within your rights. One thing I want to find out is, do you have a legal backing for the request of stripping him of all his awards that he's so hard worked for, as well as getting him arrested?
Maybe the last question is, the last part is clear. Getting him arrested, simply we are asking that the security agency should invite him to tell us who are the people behind the CD coin. Because, Kofi, Multimedia 2020, April, I think 28 April 2020, it was on Adin TV. Nana appear May, that is now one brought another one called Playboy. That one too, it was operating like this one. He even invited the customers of Men's Gold to go and do business with them. And he was calling them fintech company. That it was through that company that customers can retrieve their money in Men's Gold. We went there, we did further checks, and later on, when your people gave us a platform and we spoke, Yoko went to them, and as we speak, that matter is in court. And Yoko came out that the Playboy 2 was a scam, just as the CD coin. So this is not the first time we have seen something happening which is against our rules, and we have called on the security agencies to act. This is not the first time. On the issue about the legal backing, yes, the Coalition of Agreed Settlements of Men's Goods is a registered entity. We are a formal group, we are a recognized group by the Company Act of Ghana.
Right. Okay. So now let's move to his awards. I mean, we've talked about, inviting him, police inviting him and asking him questions and finding out who is behind the CD coin. That is understood. But what about the awards? I mean, why do you want him to be stripped of all his awards?
You see. I'm sure this is not a fair. This is a call. It's a suggestion. And two, I'm not sure this is very strange. If you happen to be risen to such a height, and later on, the laws of the state finds out that your activities are unbecoming of somebody to have been given a national award or a corporate award, I'm not sure it's out of place to call that those awards, you should be stripped of your award. And this wouldn't be the first time. I'm telling you, let's even dig into his disclaimer. If you like, read it. Or more than half of the disclaimer, he was trying to justify the CD coin, even though to him or to most of us, like your panel members are saying, he has come out to dissociate himself from it. By reading from the tone of the disclaimer, it's like Kofi advising Fred that, Fred, what you did was wrong, so go and apologize. Then I come and said, okay, if you say I should apologize, I've apologized. That's what the disclaimer is all about.
Oh, but don't you think that, Fred? Don't you?
Yes.
Because he said something like, in hindsight, I should have hastened slowly, but I think I am discovering about the adoption of the disruptive technologies. Yeah,
look at the Supra. Look at what he said before he came there.
Okay, so he says my advocacy was for people to join a club for us to learn further information on how not to be left out of the new global order, not to encourage people to invest in a financial scheme of any sort.
There's a line in there which he says that it's a new order and he's trying to tell people.
Yes, I already read that. I read that.
So what is that new order? That is the point.
Is it not cryptocurrency? I mean, it's not only CD coin. It's cryptocurrency is something that is coming.
He didn't say it because this one, the subject matter is CD coin, and I'm telling you that the CD coin. See, I have. Let me read something to you about the CD coin. I'm sure because you have also gone behind and read the literature of CD coin. The CD coin. This is what they are saying. They are talking about trading in gold export and gold import and gold export. I don't know whether you have read that on the net. Okay? That's what they are talking about. They are talking about trading in gold export. The CD coin is an exclusive network body that offers members the right to own singular or several NFTs, which come in a physical, real, fungible asset. 99.5%. So they are telling you the purity of the gold as we stated in our letter. In the men's gold agreement, they are talking about 92.0% as the gold purity. So here, it's not crypto. They are telling you that they deal in physical commodities. There are other things in there. And it's like, that is it. It is not cryptocurrency that he was introducing the people to. You will actually pay fiscal money for it. And I'm happy Bank of Ghana is saying that it's not lying. So, well, it's up to us to, as a nation, we decide. We have done what we can do. We have put out an official statement. Bank of Ghana has come out. He has also issued a disclaimer. It's up to us as a nation. But our problem is that now we don't know the location of the CD coin. If they come back again in another form, even as we speak, yes, we don't know whether people have even invested already. But the thing is being promoted. There's another guy linked to Xylophone Media, something Eric. He is also one of the people who are promoting the CD coin on Twitter.
Okay, so what will be your next line of action if your requests are not met?
I'm not sure we are giving ultimatum here. The most important thing is that when we issue the statement, Bank of Ghana has come out with an official statement saying that the CD coin is alien to our laws and advise the public. We are not very happy with the way Bank of Ghana came out, even though it's a good start. We wanted them to have added that the promoters should be called by the security agencies. But this is serious. You see, one of the challenges that we are having today, I have fallen a victim to men's gold. And I don't want Kofi also to become a victim. That is why we put out a statement. And I really don't want my fellow colleagues who are victims to be victimized again, to fall into another scam. Because when the Playboy issue happened in 2020, some customers of men's gold were deceived again. So we don't want it to happen. And here is an influential person like this asking his people to go. See, the NFT thing that they were talking about, or the cryptocurrency, it's not bad. It's like the artists converting their videos and artwork onto cryptocurrency or the blockchain to trade. But that is what this CD coin is doing. The NFT, the non-fungible token, we've gone there, we've read, we've studied it. So they only added it to make it look like a new holy financial investment that we can do then. Because if you say that now crypto is the new order thing, but it's a Ponzi scheme.
Okay,
it is Fred will bring it when I pay. Kofi will bring it. Then chief woman brings. So if I don't pay, chief woman will be the last person, will not enjoy it, will not receive his money.
It reminds me of Zoom. But you know what? I'm very sure that you've seen the statement. Obviously, you've said something about it. I want you to hold on while I come back into the studio. I'm going to get back to you and find out something with regards to the statement. So just hold on for me, okay?
Okay.
Let me come into the studio. I want to start with Sadiq. Sadiq.
Yeah,
you've heard Fred.
No, for me, I think that it's clear that their group has now become an advocacy group. Advocacy.
Advocacy.
Yeah, because he clarified it and said that they are registered and they've become an advocacy group. And I think it's a good one for people that have gone through such an experience to take it up upon themselves to want to educate the people and calling the attention of authorities on such issues. But for me, some of the things that they were calling for, I thought was far-fetched. But of course, it probably wouldn't have gotten the attention that we're giving it today if they haven't gone to that extent. But the BOG letter is instructive. It's actually a proper caution to everybody that if you engage in this too and tomorrow there's an issue, don't come to us because we've indicated to you that this is not regulated by us.
Right.
Even though it falls within financial services or products of a sort, but don't come to us on it. And they've actually indicated a particular line which foretells what will happen in future when such things are adopted by the country, where they've indicated that the operators and the promoters of it have not received or sought any permission
from the BOG.
From the BOG.
Right.
Which means that going forward, and it will be a good thing, going forward in the same ways FDA have been regulating endorsements and promotions and all of those things, going forward, I foresee the BOG, if it's not in any of their laws or policies already, beginning to take control and regulate even the promotions of financial products and services by celebrities. And because I mean, we are there, and then they can begin to have laws where once you break it or you don't follow certain protocols and everything, you're a celebrity yourself and you get involved into it, then people can be using that and taking on it on test case basis. But I think that a lot of I doff off my heart for them for having grown from being aggrieved customers chasing their money to becoming an advocacy group.
Yeah.
Advocacy is important for some of these things, and having done a lot of the work that seems to be saving people a lot regarding these things.
Kojo, I want to pick your thoughts on this particular one, but before that, do you think the Bank of Ghana issued the statement because the coalition came up with the advocacy?
No, I don't think so, because I believe they are doing their watchdog role well. I quite remember some came up, I think, with this Ashanti Gold man. I forgot his name. This popular man, Sam Jonas thing and all that. I mean, we saw people, putting certain things out there. No, they did come up with certain statements again. Telling the people that you do not engage in such things and no. For me, I think that they forewarn, and like Sadiq said, if you dare do it, if it works for you, fair enough. If it doesn't work for you, you don't come back to us on it and all that. And then again, I think the next topical issue really we'll have to look at it, maybe from today going, is it's what Sadiq raised. The issue of picking ambassadorial people with celebrities with financial services. How do we pick them on? What will go into it? Because again, their brands are at stake.
Yeah.
And for the man to say, for instance, the guy has almost about, if it's 3 million people, on Twitter, you can check the number of people who are
Stombo
as a
has 3 million.
Stombo. Is it 3 million? I heard him say 3.
Well, he mentioned 9, but
I heard something like that. And he promoting or probably even talking about this thing tells you the number of people we're going to reach and all that. If we're going to put measures and look at who should be there and what should be put in place, then we need to know now, because for their statement, of which Uncle Ken still wants you to read, it's hitting on certain point that we're discussing. So you are not attacking, or you cannot deal with the personality or the person who put. So for instance, I can just put on my page that CD Queen blah 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 blah. Bank of Ghana can't do anything to me. Is that what it means? But people can only come on my page to say we should be careful for not to engage in certain things like that. So if the people who are posting it, who are promoting it, cannot be dealt with, then Bank of Ghana doesn't have that weight to really curtail it. They can only position themselves to be doing what they are doing and giving you, the shock absorbers to say that, hey, be careful, be careful, be careful. But you can't do anything about it.
Uncle Ken, yes.
Uncle
Ken, you are beginning to be like Langabel and Ruben.
Ow.
They keep calling me Echo, and you're also calling me Kojo. I'm Kofi.
Oh, you are Kofi? I listen to Langabel. Oh, man.
They keep calling me Echo.
They keep calling you Echo.
And about,
but Echo is a Thursday born, isn't it?
Yes, and I'm a Friday.
And you are a Friday.
Yes.
You are Kofi. Sorry, Kofi.
Okay.
You look like Kojo. One way or the other.
Okay.
Cool. I have a friend on Facebook who used to work at Multimedia. And he put something out during the week amidst all this conversation that we're having. His name is Nidowona. Philip Olele.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh, Nidowona,
Yeah.
The news editor.
Yeah, he was a news editor at Adom.
Adom,
Yes. And Ni put something out which caught my attention. I'd like to just read it to you.
That's fair.
So you see where I'm also coming from when it comes to the Bank of Ghana. He said, I just read this from the BOG, which is the Bank of Ghana. Again, it does not and cannot, and his cannot is in capitals,
Okay.
and cannot say CD coin is a scam.
Exactly.
He does not say that in the statement. Let's know the difference between something being risky and being a scam. BOG is within their rights to caution us and say Citicoin has no approval of BOG. But no cryptocurrency has approval from any central bank. But they are doing good business and getting value for people all over the world. African regulators are only dragging their feet and waiting for all the value to be taken from the blockchain space before they allow local entities to get on there. They did the same with the internet, and now our access to the internet is being controlled by foreigners. Let's take BOG's caution, but let's not run ahead of ourselves and think Citicoin, Freedom Coin, or any other crypto platform is a scam. They are not scams until proven to be so.
He's made some very instructive comments.
Except that they have to be fast about it because
Exactly.
Then,
You see, it's the regulators.
yeah.
And that's where my issue is with the Bank of Ghana thing, because they did not call it a scam.
Scam.
Specifically, yeah.
Specifically in their statement. You see, and then this gives the leeway for, because if after what happened with Men's Gold and the statements Bank of Ghana issued, why would Citicoin have the nerve to come out into the open after what happened to Men's Gold and all the hassle and trouble it has brought upon people? Why would another company come out boldly to tell us it's going to operate something similar along the lines? That's my worry. People should be clear with the laws so we know what's going on.
Chief Moomin, let me pick your thoughts and then I go over to Fred.
Specific laws.
Yeah, I should be.
I'm tempted to say I have nothing further to add.
Okay, that's fair enough. I understand you. I think you made some really good.
No, but I
points.
think that, I just want to highlight the point that Uncle Ken made, that look, we are all very jittery right now because of the space. People have gone through not very encouraging, experiences at the hands of not very well, how do you call it, regulated, in industries or companies and all of that, and they've had their hands bent. So obviously people are careful. Once bitten, they say what, twice shy. But it's also an industry that's developing, as we said, the NFTs and blockchain and all of that. Some of us, maybe we don't understand it very well, so we may not also want to stamp out any opportunity for growth. Perhaps that is why the Bank of Ghana in itself is not, is just warning people to be careful. Because some of these things, you must allow them to germinate before you realize what direction they are going. So the Bank of Ghana is not outrightly saying that, we are going after these guys, but they are saying exercise caution. So let's wait for more information. We've heard about Freedom Coin. We don't really know what is it. There's been a lot of jargon thrown out. Now we are hearing about Citicoin.
Right.
So obviously, if the era of the coins is, back on, it means there is something in the soup. But as to what is in the soup, we need to wait to see what is cooking to make informed.
Okay.
I have an anonymous message.
Okay, please read it out for me.
Friend says,
It's not anonymous.
yes, they have every right to agitate, but they should stop calling for things that don't make sense. Stoneboy is a brand, and though I admit per his association with one, it will be prudent for him to do some due diligence before marketing, promoting, supporting, and even offering anything of the sort to the public. It's absolutely within his right to push what he wants. The law doesn't frown on it. It's a moral issue. They should stop the agitation that he should be arrested and stripped of his awards. Have they been arrested for investing in a fraudulent scheme, even though the government consistently warned them against it? Weren't they warned? Did they stop? Are they not aware that aiding and abetting is also a crime? Don't know that when the police catch you with a prostitute, both you and the prostitute can be arrested? They should stop it already. We sympathize with them, but they should please stop the personalization and victimization.
I agree.
Stoneboy did not take any money from them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kofi?
I think the thoughts are varied, but I quickly want to go to Fred. Fred.
Oh, who's Fred? Oh, sorry.
Yes. Well,
Govi, the last texter, I think, he's also bringing his views, but I only pray that what has befallen the customers of Men's Gold, none of his relatives or family members experience the same thing. I'm not sure if they're spoken like the way he's speaking. Okay, what we are saying here is that yes, he's a celebrity, but and the kind of somebody was saying, or Sadiq or somebody, that henceforth, when you are going in for a product that you want to promote, you have to do double checks. So this one, it's an eye opener, and it's not a first time. If it had been a first timer who has fallen into this, would have forgiven the person. But this is a person who promoted men's good and landed him or us in this situation. So at least he should have do what we call due diligence to be sure of what he was promoting. But hey, we are all here, so let's see what happens. I will urge the Bank of Ghana to go further if the laws are not biting enough, because that's why we are in a democracy. In a democracy, the people have to be protected by the law or by the state. So if it's only about issuing cautioning statements or this, you just want to send a signal that you are there, they are not registered, and that ends it. Then please, the next time the people can just go and they can come back with a new name and trade, just as Namwan is doing. Okay, so it's up to us.
Okay,
maybe
Fred.
This conversation is good for all of us. For us to know what's the right way to look at some of these things.
Yeah, I think it is very necessary. It's become imperative that we discuss, and that's why we are discussing it over here. But you know, after Stonebwoy issued the statement, is it going to change your stance on calling for his head? Asking the police to invite him and also strip him of all his awards. Does your stand change after the statement?
Kofi, if you ask me, we want to know who are behind the CD coin, because when Payboy issue came, Yoko went for them, and now there's no more Payboy. That one, even more than 300 people in Tapa were scammed again. Okay? So we will be very interested if Stonebwoy could tell us who are the people behind the CD coin.
So your stance hasn't changed?
Scam.
Your stance hasn't changed. You still want to find out exactly who is behind it, right?
We want to know it, but we appreciate his disclaimer. We appreciate the effort he has made. At least he said that he should have hastened slowly in recommending the product to his followers or to the public. But I think it's up to the security agencies to find out who are the people behind the CD coin. It's very important.
Right.
Because when I read some of the language, and these are languages that I have read from the NAM1 agreement. That, Kofi, with your permission, just 5 seconds. Something they said that the physical gold chip token are sourced from an external gold dealership company. A third party, which is duly licensed, is here. Meanwhile, Bank of Ghana is telling us that the company is not licensed, but they have put it out that they have licenses.
Right.
That's mandated to undertake gold sales and export. We have, and listen to this one, this is the language about NAM1. We have subjected this contracted company to our very thorough and rigorous due diligence processes, and they have passed our very high KYC, that is know your customer standard. Somebody was there with this gentleman for years. I can tell you this is NAM1 speaking. End of case.
Okay, which document is this? Where did you read this from?
It's on Twitter. When you look for the legal framework of CD coin.
The legal framework of CD coin. Okay.
I can forward it to you.
Okay, all right. We would appreciate that. But before you go, what is the current situation on the payment of men's gold customers? What's happening?
Yes, early this year, Yoko went to court that court should give them they obtained an order from the court to sell off the asset, and they are saying that they are selling the vehicles. So for now, we don't know how much they realize from the sales of those assets. Then also we have petitioned Parliament, which the petition has been converted into a private member's motion. It's our expectation that when they come back in May, they will work on it so that we bring some finality to the whole men's gold saga.
Okay, and how many customers have been sorted so far?
I can't put a figure to it, but the last payment plan that he brought, which had 181 names. It was only 2 people who were paid 4,000 CDC.
Are you serious about that? I mean, the list that was released in somewhere December.
Yes, 181. Only 2 people were paid 4,000 Ghana CDC. The rest, he went behind the scene and asked people come and pay down 20,000, 10,000, then the usual sum.
Wow. Okay. Thank you very much, Fred, for speaking with us.
You see why we are wild now.
I understand your sentiments. I do. Thank you very much, Fred.
Okay.
Well, you just heard Fred Forsen, who's the PRO of the Coalition of Aggrieved Men's Gold Customers. I mean, it's been interesting. Let's pick thoughts on this one, and then we can move on to the next one. Uncle Ken, you wanted to say something?
Fred has spoken well for the aggrieved customers.
Yeah, yes.
He has. Now, I want to ask you something. Did you read the disclaimer from Stoneboy?
Yes, I did.
You've read it?
Yes, I have read it.
In its entirety?
Oh, no, not. I mean, I read a bit of it today on the show.
On the show, you
Yes,
read
yes.
portions
If you want me to read everything, I'll
because
quickly
I
do
think we
that.
should be fair to him.
Yes, I agree. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So he says, for the avoidance of doubt, I am not an ambassador for Citicoin. I am not associated with the product, nor have I been rewarded to promote it. The developing world of NFTs, Web 3.0, the metaverse, and digital crypto assets are their ability to change people's financial fortunes has caught my attention in recent times, and I simply thought I was sharing a Ghanaian version I had discovered for people who are interested as I am to join me on my learning path. My advocacy was for people to join a club for us to learn further information on how not to be left out of the new global order, not to encourage people to invest in a financial scheme of any sort. In hindsight, I should have hastened slowly, but I blame overenthusiasm from all the interesting things I'm discovering about the adoption of these disruptive technologies. May we all do as the Bank of Ghana says and exercise caution even as we strive to do better for ourselves and our communities. Thank you. That's what Stoneboy says. So,
And that's why I said that it should have been the first statement
right.
coming from Stoneboy about the learning process.
Yes. Which would have been more of a caution.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But I think with this particular one, he spared himself well of, any consequences that
That's true.
the tweet here. He
That's
spared
true.
himself well.
That's
And
true.
that for that reason, I think that the request that he should be stripped of his awards and everything is far-fetched.
Okay. It's 7 minutes 7 minutes after 5 on the clock. I'll pick Kojo's thoughts, Chief Moment's thoughts, and then we can move on to the next topic.
Well, I think quick one. I will still emphasize on the awards. That was what I was going to say. I think that they should just leave that scene. I mean, it's not their game. I mean, they should just let it be. When Stoneboy was doing the brand ambassador for Men's Gold, he didn't know that it was a scam. When they were also going into the Men's Gold business, they didn't know it was a scam either. So they shouldn't, get him too deep into it to make it look like he is part and parcel of the beginning of the strategy and getting the thing all set up and all that.
He had a reasonable belief in it.
Exactly. They shouldn't. And like he said, he agreed on the fact that the issue that we raised, on the fact that henceforth, I think financial services, we should be knowing and looking out for who and what goes into somebody becoming brand ambassador for these financial services and all that. Since he agrees to that, I think that the advocacy too should also work on that for us and let's see how things will go on that one.
Chief Moment.
I'm not sure. Have we had any pronouncement from the courts that the scheme was a scam? To the best of my knowledge.
Which scheme?
You mean with Men's Gold?
Yes, because we've been trained around about the word scam. Nana Apia insists that the Securities and Exchange. Is that how they're called?
Yes,
Yeah,
Securities
you-
Commission.
Yeah,
Yes,
State Commission.
Yes, had they not stopped him from operating, he would have paid off
everybody,
people.
yeah.
The problem came when that fiat was issued, and it made it difficult for the mutual scheme, pyramid scheme, to continue. I can assure you,
Mutual.
today, if another iteration of Men's Gold were to appear, people will rush. In fact, these days you find people joking on social media that the formula is to go in early. and cash out.
So that you can benefit.
But the problem is that when you start cashing out, it gets so seductive. They say, oh, let me just put in another 20 and see another 20, and before you realize, it becomes a pyramid scheme that it falls down on everybody.
Right,
but I just want to say that the court hasn't yet pronounced. But however, we all know how these things work, and a lot of people entered it with their eyes wide open. And there are a lot of intellectuals who were very much implicated. I didn't have money at that time. I probably would have.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
But that's not to ridicule the real problems that people are actually facing in the system anyway. But there's a section of people who knew exactly what they were going into, and they would do it again and again. So that is why maybe our regulatory agencies, as Uncle Ken has been hitting, must be more proactive, because as people, if you leave us anything to make a buck, we what? So you need the regulatory agencies to protect us from ourselves, actually.
And then even the advocates.
Right.
The record advocates is also
Okay.
good.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. So, we are moving on, and we have Kojo in here. We're gonna touch base with him. We know FOCAP, which is the Foundation of Concerned Arts Professionals, has expressed disappointment in the Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture for supervising supposed illegalities at the Creative Arts Agency. We're going to delve deeper into that. We know that, we want the creative arts sector to be better. Let's listen to Kojo, and then we'll go for a commercial break. When we're back, we delve into the matter.
The illegality must stop. It is shameful and it is not good for the creative art. Yeah, politics waha. We want to say it as it is. If Emrano Act 1048 say board and appointed committees, why is
It's Showbiz A to Z.
Because the whole family can form a tag team and compete with other families in the all-new Joy FM Family Pop Quiz. Every Sunday from 3 to 4 p.m. Get the family together to answer basic but witty general knowledge questions and win amazing prizes. To participate, simply send the names of 3 members of your family who would like to compete via WhatsApp to 055 1111997 and hashtag Joy Pop Quiz. Your Sundays are about to be lit with the best fun family moments ever on radio. The family that wins together stays together. The Joy FM Family Pop Quiz is proudly brought to you by First National Bank, the preferred family banking partner. Pick a savings and investment target. We will help you achieve it. First National Bank. How can we help you? And supported by Labadi Beach Hotel. The Joy FM Family Pop Quiz, building stronger family ties.
You don't have to wait in a queue to watch a movie. You stream at home. You don't have to fight the crowds. You buy exactly what you want online and get it delivered to your doorstep. What you want comes to you when you want. It's time your banking did the same. Meet Abby, your 24/7 digital personal banker from ABSA, here to do your banking for you. Abby's a fast learner. The more you chat, the better your banking experience gets. So, if you're an ABSA customer, whether it's making enquiries, paying a friend, buying airtime, or checking your balance, just ask Abby to do it for you. Add Abby on WhatsApp 050-164-4644. Bank safely with Abby on WhatsApp. Another digital innovation that gets things done. That's Africanacity. That's ABSA. Terms and conditions apply. Visit absa.com.gh.
For so long,
if we change the way we look at things, the things we look at change.
winning strategies, nuggets of wisdom, unforgettable stories, all in one inspirational hour. Springboard your virtual university with Albert and Comfort Okran and guests.
Planning is bringing the future into the present.
A job is for the salaries, mundane, survival oriented, and there's no passion. But a career has fulfillment, innovation, drive. A growth path is clear, and you can build step by step all the way to the top.
Matriculate at 7 p.m. and graduate at 8 p.m. every Sunday on Joy 99.7 FM and live on Facebook. Springboard is brought to you by Legacy and Legacy and Joy 99.7 FM and proudly sponsored by MTN, Enterprise Group, UMB Bank with support from the graphic business.
Here's where we turn around.
Hello, please, am I speaking to Miss Joanna Kuma?
Yes, please.
My name is Philip and I'm calling from MTN. Someone has just sent you money and we will need you to enter your PIN number so that we can put the money in your account.
Hey,
oh dada, MTN will never ask you for your PIN. Never reveal your PIN to anyone under any circumstances. And if you are not sure, always check the number. MTN will only call you with a dedicated number 0244 300,000. Stay safe, stay vigilant. MTN.
Joy 99.7 FM.
How about getting your day defined with us here on the Super Morning Show as we serve you the most authentic breakfast on radio? My name is Kojo Yankson. Join Mama Biousu Abuaji, Winston Amwa and I on the Super Morning Show every weekday from 5:50 until 10 a.m.
I'm Dori Nando, your joy bringer. I take over from the morning show team from 10 a.m. till midday every weekday, serving you the best cocktails ever on the Cosmopolitan Mix. I simply keep you company whilst you work.
And I come in right after the business news at 1 p.m. to keep you ignited with all those soothing and incredible tunes. From 1 p.m. through to 3 p.m. with me, Sammy Forson, on Ignition, ahead of drive time, where Lexus Bill takes you on a smooth drive.
You bet, Sammy Forson. They know they are always in safe hands on drive time on Joy. Where my passengers at, you know how we do it. Super jams, great combos, and many more. I am Lexus Bill. Hey, Kofi, are you ready for the overdrive?
Oh, yes, Lexus. I am ever ready to overdrive our listeners with joy. Between 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. every Monday to Wednesday, I know just how to keep you company while you push through the final hours of traffic before getting home safely. Enjoy your bedtime with George Quay on the Late Night Express.
Thank you, Kofi. The Late Night Express is a journey of inexplicable musical ecstasy as I serve and pamper you with all those love-soothing tunes till you fall asleep like a baby. My name is George Quay. The Late Night Express, Mondays to Wednesdays, 10 p.m. till midnight. Your bedtime companion. I love you.
Yes, we love you. And thank you for choosing us. Joy 99.7 FM, radio for discerning listeners. We are Joy.
The best music, the best radio. Joy 99.7 FM.
It's Showbiz A to Z.
Joy 99.7 FM.
Joy 99.7. Joy 99.7.
on Showbiz A to Z on Joy 99.7 FM. It's brought to you by MTN, everywhere you go, and Superstar Multi-Fruit Drink from Casapreco Company Limited. Charlie, people still hear that dull color tone when they call you. I keep saying it, Ibiawa. But MTN wants you to know that you can actually still bring some life to your caller ringback tone with some of your favorite music. I don't know which one you love. It could be this ringtone from Tiny and Asem, or it could be Down Flat, which is actually number 1 on the top 10 countdown with DJ Black, or some other song. So if you enjoy high life, hip hop, hip life, or gospel, then all you have to do is to dial star 1355 hash to choose from a wide range of music options, and that's it. Everyone who calls you gets to listen and dance to your favorite music too. Get a dope caller ringback tone today and enjoy life only on MTN. Now, if you want to be refreshed, High Five Choco Malt is best for you. It is the best for you, and it is the best bet for you. The first malt drink with a chocolate flavor to make you break loose. High Five Choco Malt refreshes you most when you need it with its perfect blend of chocolate and malt paired with your hot meat pie or bull fruit. It's simply irresistible. High Five Choco Malt. Enjoy the malt, feel the chocolate. Please take note of the changes in pricing. 500 ml now available at wholesale price of 33 Ghana cedis a pack. High Five Choco Malt, the new normal, best served chilled, and it's available in all supermarkets and shops. Produced by Casapreco. For bulk purchase, kindly call 0262 351 251 or 0272 13373. This advert is FDA approved. I keep asking, who is the smartest in your family? Is it you? Is it your mom? Is it your father? Is it your brother, junior sister, senior uncle, and what have you? If you're wondering, then no need to wonder at all, because the whole family can form a tuck team and compete with other families in the all-new Joy FM Family Pop Quiz, which starts tomorrow, 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Lexisville comes your way with the Joy FM Family Pop Quiz. The whole team is ready. Get the family together to answer basic but witty general knowledge questions and win amazing prizes. Now, to participate in this, simply send the names of 3 members of your family who would like to compete via WhatsApp to 055 1111997. You can add the hashtag #JoyPopQuiz. Your Sundays are about to be lit. It starts tomorrow with the best fun family moments ever on radio. The Joy FM Family Pop Quiz promises to be fun and educative. The Joy FM Family Pop Quiz is brought to you by First National Bank, the preferred family banking partner. And all they are saying is, pick up a savings or investment target and they'll help you to achieve it. First National Bank, how can we help you? Joy FM Family Pop Quiz is also supported in sponsorship by Labadi Beach Hotel. The Joy FM Family Pop Quiz, building stronger family ties.
It's Showbiz A to Z.
Charlie, how well do you love your mother? I'm pretty sure you know exactly what I want to talk about. Mother's Day is just around the corner. Joy FM never misses out on making it big for people that love their mom. Do you think your mom deserves a life of goodness? Well, my mom does. I just don't know about the cooking though, but yeah. If you're always on point and you're not like me, if you're always on point like your mom, and you're giving a bottle of Frito veg oil and a bag of Fortune Delight rice, what meal would you like to prepare for your mom on Mother's Day? What rice meal does mama like and cooks best? Could there be a story behind her choice, an emotional or sentimental attachment? How about asking your mom to take it easy, relax, chill, and have some drinks in a very cozy environment while you cook that special meal for your mother? If you want to pamper your mom on Mother's Day by cooking her best rice dish for her, I want you to do something. Pick up your phone right now, send a photo of you and your mom, share the story behind the meal that she loves the most, add the ingredients to it, and send it to WhatsApp number 055 1111997 and simply stay tuned. We're going to give you a call and walk you through the next steps so that you can win something big for your mama. Other amazing gifts are up for grabs, so keep it locked. Cook for Mama promotion is brought to you by Frytol. Frytol, you deserve a life of goodness. A vitamin A fortified oil. City and Habitats, rent to own. Woodin, Le Créateur. AUR Restaurant, food is the ingredients that binds us all together. Mobile Doctors Ghana Limited, doctors at your homes and or offices. Cook for Mama because she deserves a life of goodness.
It's Showbiz A to Z.
You can send your messages to 055-1111-997. Let me take a couple of them and then we can come back into the studio. This one says, it is very unfortunate how people who are supposed to act better or to know better and act... Oh, let me take it again. It is very unfortunate how people are supposed to know better, act ignorant and dumb. Same Ghanaians ranting said Berna spoiled the song after the feature. Unserious people. The sense of entitlement is all over the roof. Very unfortunate how bad it's made out every good. Slow down. Or slow, that's what he says. Nana Kwesi sense in that one. Guys, please, bank is acting in the right direction and within the law framework. Per the law, they are to send notice of caution while investigating the firm for prosecution. Remember, the Bank of Ghana will need substantial evidence in courts to prosecute any crime committed. That's from Edem Kojo inside East Legon. Good afternoon. Please let Uncle Ken know that Venezuela and Central African Republic have approved Bitcoin as a legal tender. Bank of Ghana should be bold in its pronouncements. If it's look, walk, and talk as a dog, it is a dog. Freedom and city coins are Ponzi schemes. Simple. And that's a message from Ernest inside Kolebu. Well, you can send yours to. Let's know your thoughts on so far what we've discussed, the coalition against Stoneboy. We're moving on to another topic with FOCAP versus the Creative Arts Agency. But you can send your thoughts to 055-1111-997. It's our WhatsApp number. 055-1111-997. Right about now, I am back in the studio. Gentlemen, I know this one is going directly to Kojo. Kojo, I watched the video of you. I've watched it a couple of times, and it's actually great to have you. I would like to give a background story to it. Okay, so
play back what you did before the.
Okay, Uncle Ken wants to listen to that one. I'll definitely do it for Uncle Ken. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, Kojo Preko, said something really interesting about the Creative Arts Agency. Let's listen to this, and then we'll be back.
The illegality must stop. It is shameful and it is not good for the creative arts. They hear politics for her. We want to say it as it is. If Emrano Act 1048 says what and appointed committees, why is Danjuma happily 19 committees? Board anyway. And indeed, if there was a border, the board should have rather appoint executive secretary who's working like the board chairman. So why is it happening so? Why? Are they in a creative arts? But now, I'm not saying illegality way possible. And nobody seems to say anything. Nobody seems to care about what is really happening. One set up a Yaya Mama.
That is what Kojo said. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening, we have to let me give you the background story. So, the Foundation of Concerned Arts Professionals, we call them FOCAP, has expressed disappointment in the Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture for supervising supposed illegalities at the Creative Arts Agency. According to a statement signed by, the Creative Arts, FOCAP, including Mel Kwesi Davis and Japan and the likes, they are saying that why should the ministry allow Creative Arts Agency to allow Jankrome Kufuado to hold herself up as the acting chief executive officer. These are a few of the quotes. This says, FOCAP believes that it is improper, it's unprofessional, it's shameful for the Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture to superintend over such illegalities when we have an act of parliament in place. That is the Act 1048 of 2020. I saw Kojo, talking about it and showing the document in the video. Well, it also says the law clearly states the procedure with which the board and the executives must be constituted and will request that the minister expedites the necessary actions to see the act fully operational for the full benefit of the industry. The statement further said. Kojo?
Yes, sir.
Minister.
Sunday, no, yeah. I mean, our issue is just straightforward. I mean, we are telling government, especially the Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture, which is a mother body for these agencies that we've created. That particularly the 1048, the creative art industry. We need to, put the act into, to work. You understand? We are not happy why we have president's daughter acting as CEO of an agency that president is mandated, Article 195 mandates him to appoint executive secretary. And it has not been done, yet we see Jankroma working effectively as if she has been appointed by the president to be working. Beyond that, she has moved beyond that, and also appointing committees, which we feel it is very illegal. It doesn't go with the act that has been established or passed by Parliament. In fact, committees are supposed to be done by the board and not executive secretaries. She has also chosen to call herself Chief Executive Officer and not Executive Secretary. And I don't know what is happening within the creative art space. It's the same way Act 195, that is NFA. Juliet is also calling herself CEO instead of Executive Secretary. And I mean, we're all watching it like that, and their powers are more than the board, I mean, chairman of these agencies. We think that it is not right. If president feel the daughter is the one that she deems fit to pick up the position, why not? I mean, come out boldly, just as you did to the NFA, boldly to appoint Juliet and then David Donto as board chairman. Appoint your daughter for us to know that indeed he is now the executive secretary and he is working. And then we move beyond and get the board chairman so we can start working. Indeed, we passed this act 18th December 2020, and up until now, again, very shameful. They tell us this is the mother for creative art when it comes to our industry, and yet president has not gone to, I mean, beyond to appoint executive secretary for us. It is also strange because when we had the 3-member committee, of which Jankroma herself was part, Jankroma, Bibi Bright, and Marco Kreku-Mante, now the minister, we never saw...
The deputy minister, actually.
Yes. Catherine did that. We never saw her activeness when it comes to the Creative Art Council that was established, of which she was a member. We never saw her. We never, saw her anywhere. I mean, in terms of, duties that were done. It was indeed Frankie Fife and then Mark working efficiently to see the bill, pass into act. Then all of a sudden, it is passed into act, and then she comes, she surfaces, and then she goes, sits in the office and behave or act or work as if she has been appointed as the executive secretary for the agency. I think that if she is running some private creative art council, or she's running something different, they should let us know, rather than getting into the space where she's not supposed to be. I mean, even creating or probably getting a board set up, an education committee set up to look into basic schools to learn creative arts, for me was even a non-starter. I mean, where was the board? Who sat with you? Who did you consult? You understand? You only bypass the minister, bypass every single person, and then you go straight to the minister of education, and then you discuss with him, and you tell us that the minister felt, and that's the language she used. The minister felt that we should start with the training colleges to learn or to get into the creative art space to be teaching our kids. Then I asked myself, who goes to training college to go and learn subjects? They learn, they are master of everything. They learn every single thing and come. They don't really go there to learn subjects. So I was even proposing that then you should move beyond and say that we should rather have it as a subject. Just as we have maths, we have science, we have agric. Let's make creative art a subject and not an extracurricular. Okay? And again, within even the Ghana Education Service, we have a unit that really deals with culture. So I was amazed when I saw a committee done. We had Panjiv, we have my brother Bekun, we have Frankie Five, and all those people making up that committee and getting other people to join. I was shocked. Again, if you even look at your cultural policy that we have up until now, we've not even reviewed it anyway, which was even a promise in 2016 that they wanted to even review. They have not even reviewed it. You check, there's a whole page, there's a whole thing on education, of which the Commission on Culture is supposed to do that, concerning cultural and then creative arts learning within our basic schools. You check, it is there. I also brought you what Obor did, the comprehensive study of music sector in Ghana. When you check the recommendations, this thing was done way back, and it is still lying there, gathering dust. Nobody has even gone for it to even read, to check what really the final report.
This was a 2 million.
Yeah, the 2 million thing. Yes. Said and all that. In the recommendation, it even also spoke about creative art being learned in our schools. So for me, it's something that we think that government should not put a blind eye on that. He came recently to appoint a CEO for National Health Insurance, Okoboy. He did. It means that he hasn't finished doing his appointment. So why can't he, as in the president, respectfully appoint the daughter officially, so we know? Or is it the fact that if we do, it's going to create another brouhaha again? You've appointed your wife as finance, you appointed this, you appointed that. Now your daughter, you have also appointed your daughter on us. So now we have to go on a submarine. We will not allow any submarine to work within the space. We have also heard that letters are being sent to people to be part of the board, which is not supposed to be like that when you read the act. Okay, yes, you need the associations, you need to appoint, and it is in the act, serving at least people from the creative art. Why are you writing letters Nicodemously to people to come and be part of the board? We don't think that it is a one-man show thing. We don't think that it is her personal agency that she needs to operate the way she's operating. As it stands now, there are only two people there, herself and Frankie Five. You ask yourself, what is Frankie Five doing there?
Acting positions.
Acting positions, and who gave them the acting positions? Who told us that they've given acting positions to them? If they really want to get us on, then check NFA. NFA was done in 2016. When Jomama was leaving, 17th of December 2016. We never had any acting because the law doesn't allow. It took us to do picketing at the Ministry of Tourism, Art and Culture for President to appoint the current people that we have now. So it tells you that we have to do the same thing when it comes to the Creative Art Industry Act. And it is an act. This is an act passed. We passed this under emergency. I remember. December. We're rushing because it is part of the promise that they told us that they were going to pass it. So if you've passed it, what stops you from appointing? If it's your daughter you really want to appoint her. Then we can now go back and say, or assess. Just as we are assessing Mark and his boss now, we can equally assess you and see whether you're doing the work or not. So we think that it is unfair to the industry, and we think that it is one of the areas that were promised. Indeed, Finance Minister, every time he reads his report, speaks about Creative Arts Fund in his budget. Baumia goes around the Vice President, and anytime he talks about Creative Art, they talk about Creative Art Fund. Okay? Even President himself speaks about Creative Art Fund. So it tells you that then you had much important placed on the act. Even though we have a lot of agencies which are not working anyway, this theater agency, blah, 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 and all that. A Commission on Culture, which for me should have even done the creative art industry job. If you check what the Commission on Culture should be doing now for this country, it's enormous. And we didn't even then have to go for this creative art agency. But here we are, we have it. So if we have it, then appoint the executive secretary. National Commission on Culture has its own executive secretary working. There's a woman there, Auntie Lizzie or something. She's there, she's working. So why can't we have NFA executive secretary working? Why can't we appoint openly and inaugurate the board and inaugurate the executive secretary for Public Service Commission to also go into it, because President will appoint and PSC will also have to accept from the board that yes, we agree that we should be picking so and so as executive secretary. We haven't done that. Even the ally for this act is still, in motion. We have not even finished. So who brought who to act as CEO and to be disturbing us with board here, committees here, seminars here, and all that? Who is even funding that particular office as we speak now? Those are issues that we raised.
Your concerns are well noted. Let me quickly go to Chief Mumin, and then I'll come back to Kojo.
I feel like saying Oja. No, but these are these are matters of law. These are not necessarily, opinions. These are matters of law. There is an act that has been passed that stipulates a particular way in which, corporate governance in that institution must be managed. So these are matters of facts that, we have to look at. And to the best of our knowledge, there hasn't been any circular from the presidency or any letter from the presidency announcing any substantive appointment, right? Yeah. So so what's the name of the coalition? Is it coalition?
No, FOCAP.
Advocacy group. So the peeve of the group is that the president should go ahead and make a substantive appointment. Exactly. Even though I, have always felt that the entire corporate governance structure of our creative arts industry, state mandated institutions, even our own individual groups, that we form, like Musica and FIPAC, there's always confusion after that. Since I've been coming on this program, there's always one confusion, either about our state agencies to regulate the creative art industries or about our own association. So it seems we are engaged in this endless, merry-go-round. And we're not actually doing the work that we need to really develop, because we are still stuck in the administrative phase. How do we get these organizations going? I remember when the agency was about to be formed, this concern you made that we have a commission on culture, which has a mandate or a responsibility to regulate the cultural and creative industries, to work to ensure. So if you are forming another agency, is it not a parallel organization that you are forming? How do they coordinate their work together? How different are they? So these are even issues that we didn't finish resolving. So there just seems to be this confusion within the that's why probably some of us are not even very much invested or interested in getting ourselves make, even though it's important, because if we do not get the foundation right, if we do not get the structures right, then we cannot build an industry, because our organizations must talk to each other and policies must be coherent. One of the things that the CSOs always complain about in terms of our governance structure is policy incoherence. So this ministry is doing this agency is doing this, another ministry is doing this. It's supposed to be solving the same problem, but they are doing different things. So they are not yielding to the maximum effort. One of the problems that we have in our governance system, whether we like it or not, is a saturation of the public and the civil service. So many people in offices doing nothing or duplicating their role. So we are spending so much hard-earned money to as it were, manage the institution, and the money that we're actually now supposed to invest in the things that the institution is supposed to do, we don't have that money. So we spend money in paying people, but the money to do the job that they are supposed to do is not there. So at the end of the day, you're say bye. And that is the same problem we're witnessing in our creative space. I think that it's high time that we really make some bold and firm decisions. Unfortunately, again, it goes down to the same political system. The presidency has so much on his lap. Today I was listening, I don't know whether it was on this station or a sister station, about how we have more or less an imperial president. The president has to appoint everybody. Everybody the president has to appoint. Why? I'm sure even sometimes when they bring the appointment to Nana go like, so I have to appoint this person. And it's affecting the governance of our country. Yeah.
It's in the constitution.
It's in the constitution. So that's why there's been a lot of talk about constitutional reforms. That can we reform our constitution to ensure that we really take some of the powers from the presidency? Because at the end of the day, so to land, I think that the call is in the right direction. If the president wants to appoint Jan Kroma, right?
Yeah.
He should come
Yes,
out
well,
and make
yeah.
that appointment, at least so that we go. I mean, he'll take some flack for it. We're going to criticize him for putting his daughter. Already that criticism has been there since Jan Kroma. So instead of surreptitiously or Nicodemously acting, they should make it substantive. So that when we are directing our criticism, because right now she's not accountable.
Okay.
If she hasn't been appointed, she's not accountable.
Okay.
But immediately that appointment comes, we can hold her accountable. In fact, some of us will even begin to talk about how then do we, put the two organizations, Commission on Culture, agency together. At some point, then we must make a decision either to marry them or to collapse one.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Thank you very much. It's interesting. It's interesting. But I want us to go over the phone and speak with Franco Wusu. We know him as Frankie 5, who belongs to the Creative Arts Agency. I'm saying that because I want to ask him a very, first question. Frankie.
Super Hits Radio. Joy 99.7. 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 Super Hits Radio. Joy 99.7.
99.7.
Up just wants to mount pressure on the head of state, to do what they are supposed to do. I don't know how true that is, but what I really want to find out from you is what is holding back, all these things from happening. What is happening? Why the delay?
Super Hits Radio. Joy 99.7. Super Hits Radio. Joy 99.7. Super Hits Radio. Joy 99.7.
Happy with what you've just said, that we are going to have a part 2 of this because we need it.
Michael, we need your initial comments.
We need it. Issues have been raised, and legitimate issues have been raised. But we need to understand the operations of the agency and why it's in the state in which it is today. So I'm holding my
all your
horses
comments till
okay. Next week. And,
all right.
And Philip Nye, don't run away from this discussion.
Okay. All right. Well noted. Sadiq.
For me, these are very, very, very genuine concerns that have been raised by FOCAP, and glad for the kind of work they're putting in terms of piling the pressure and everything. Yeah. This particular government's handling or management or attempt to enable the creative industry leaves much to be desired. It's been, it's my opinion, this particular government. I mean, and it's been on and on. And you could see there's actually even lethargy and a fatigue in terms of complaints. It's almost like these people, they won't do anything, so just forget about them. Let's wait. When the right time comes to punish them, we'll just do it. Because, I mean, really and truly think about it. From all the problems regarding the promises that was made to the sector and the non-delivery of it, coming down to this particular one. Look, this act is supposed to be the most important act governing the creative industry. It is loaded. It's very, very loaded. Look, it's the powers that it has. It's actually even supposed to regulate creative enterprises in the country, such that if you are Three Music, Chatter House, or anybody that are operating in the creative industry, beyond the registrations that you have, you've got to actually even be registered with the creative art agency as well. You know, and so for a state that continuously says that, oh, well, we will enable. Look, the creative industry is very, very powerful, even without even the enabling impact of the state. Regardless, if you see the things the creative industry is and the power that is, and I've said it to you, beyond anything else, if I go back again to the NIA's registration, as far back as October 2018, when they listed the top 10 professions as captured in their registrations, the numbers that they captured for jobs and professions under the creative industry was going to about 1 million. So this is a very powerful industry that can still employ a lot more young people and women especially.
Okay.
And so for a state to just have a very lousy approach to enabling it and everything, how long? What's actually stopping or holding the state from having to appoint substantive officers and ensuring that they go about performing their duties? This is very low.
Okay, so Sadiq, I see you have a lot to say. So just like Uncle Ken, hold your horses, and then let's come back to this topic next week. Quick thoughts, Kojo, and then we can call it wraps. Yeah, 30 seconds, just 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
Yeah,
I'll wait for next week.
You wait for next week. All right, fine. Thank you very, very much, ladies and gentlemen. Okay.
Time next week to discuss this,
Yes,
right?
definitely. And then we're also going to touch on the travel Ghana. Yeah, we're going to touch on that as well. Okay, all right, cool. So, ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot to talk about. Uncle Ken wants to say some final words. Say again, please.
I said, before you go on,
yeah,
I must congratulate you for your handling of the show.
Oh, thank you very much, Uncle Ken.
I think you've been excellent.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Uncle Ken.
In the work, and I'm not surprised.
Thank you.
Thank you. A good sitting.
Yes, it's been a good sitting for George.
Thank you, Uncle Ken, and thank you, Sadiq.
So it's a form of Kojo.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're on Joy 99.7 FM. This has been Showbiz A to Z. And we've been talking about the coalition of aggrieved men's gold customers versus Stoneboy. We're asking if, they are asking too much. FOCAP has accused Creative Arts Agency. We talked about that. We're going to touch on part 2 of it next week. We've been in conversation with Chief Moomen, Sadiq Abdullahi Abu, Ken Adi, who is also a broadcaster right here at Joy 99.7 FM. We spoke over the phone with Fred Forson, PRO of the Coalition of Aggrieved Customers of Men's Gold, Frankie 5 of the Creative Arts Agency, and of course Kojo Preko Dankwa. I want to say a big thank you to Philip 9 for solid production and with support from Anita Tay. Crispy K also, did his thing behind the computer. DJ Wobete gave us some amazing tunes.
Just a shout out to the Primal Shirt and Suits guides. Apparently, they hooked Uncle Ken up to the designer sandals.
Oh, okay.
Just want to say hello to the Primal guys.
Okay.
Apparently, they are very good listeners.
Okay. Shouts to you. And also, happy birthday to Lexis Egbenya at Ashoma Estate. This is from your friends and family. God bless you, Lexis Egbenya. Happy birthday going out to you. I am Kofi Hayford. I sat in for George Quay, and I'm out. Enjoy the weekend.